We've all been there. You buy a brand new couch or a beautiful rug, and within a week, your cat has turned it into a shredded mess. It's frustrating, and it's exactly why many well-meaning cat owners consider declawing. It sounds like a permanent, hassle-free manicure, right? But there is a dark side to this procedure that many people don't find out until it's too late. Declawing isn't just a simple nail removal. It is a major, life-altering surgical procedure that can completely change your cat's health and personality. Today, we're going to look at what declawing actually does to a cat's body, the hidden behavioral side effects, and how you can save both your furniture and your cat's paws. The anatomy. It's an amputation. To understand why declawing is so harmful, we have to look at feline anatomy. A cat's claw isn't like a human fingernail. Our nails grow out of the skin on top of our fingers. A cat's claw is actually fused directly to the very last bone of their toe, called the distal phalanx. Because the claw and the bone are connected, you can't just slide the claw out. To permanently prevent it from growing back, a veterinarian has to amputate that entire last bone. They have to cut through nerves, blood vessels, tendons, and ligaments to remove the joint entirely. To put that into perspective, imagine cutting off the tips of your fingers at the very first knuckle. Now imagine having to walk on those amputated fingertips every single day. That is exactly what a declawed cat goes through. Chronic pain and physical shifts. The damage doesn't stop once the surgical wounds heal. Cats are digitigrades, which is just a scientific way of saying they walk on their toes, not their heels. Their entire skeletal structure is engineered to balance their weight through those front toe bones. When you remove those bones, you permanently alter the mechanics of how they move. The shift in posture. Without their toe tips, cats are forced to shift their weight backward onto their pads and ankles. This unnatural posture places immense, constant stress on their wrists, elbows, shoulders, and spine. Early onset arthritis. Because of this constant skeletal imbalance, declawed cats are statistically at a much higher risk for developing painful, early onset arthritis in their back and joints. Phantom pain. Just like human amputees, cats can suffer from chronic phantom limb pain and nerve damage, leaving them in a state of discomfort they can never escape. The behavioral domino effect. When an animal is in chronic pain and feels defenseless, their behavior changes drastically. This is where many owners run into severe issues they didn't anticipate. First, let's talk about the litter box. After surgery, digging in heavy, rough clay or crystal litter hurts their sensitive paws. Because cats associate pain with the place they experience it, many declawed cats stop using the litter box entirely. They begin urinating on soft surfaces like carpets, beds, or your clothes instead. Second, there's the issue of aggression. A cat's claws are their primary defense system. When they feel threatened or startled and realize their main weapons are gone, they feel incredibly vulnerable. To compensate, they resort to their next available defense, their teeth. Studies show that declawed cats are significantly more likely to become aggressive, unpredictable biters. The humane solutions. Saving your couch. Here is the good news. Scratching is a completely natural behavior. Cats do it to stretch their muscles, mark their territory with scent glands in their paws, and shed dead claw sheaths. You can easily redirect this behavior without surgery. Invest in sturdy posts. Cats want to stretch their entire bodies. Provide tall, heavy scratching posts covered in sisal rope or cardboard. Place them right next to the furniture they like to scratch. Regular nail trims. Trimming just the sharp, translucent tips of their claws every 2 to 3 weeks completely takes away their destructive power. It's quick, easy, and completely painless. Soft claw caps. If you have a stubborn scratcher, you can use vinyl nail caps. These slip over the claws with a safe adhesive and last for about a month, completely blunting the scratch without hurting the cat. Declawing is already illegal or heavily restricted in dozens of countries and major cities because the veterinary world recognizes how harmful it is. Our cats rely on us to look out for their health and happiness. We've all been there. You forget to buy the fancy tuna and suddenly, your favorite plant is on the floor. Or worse, there's a squishy surprise in your gym shoe. It feels personal. It feels like a calculated plot to destroy your life. But does your cat actually wake up thinking, today I will choose violence? Today we're debunking the myth of the vengeful feline. Spoiler alert, your cat isn't a villain, they're just a chaotic furry roommate with zero impulse control. The cat brain science. Here's the science. To have a true vendetta, you need a prefrontal cortex capable of complex social scheming. You need to understand cause, effect, and long-term suffering. Cats don't have that. They live entirely in the present. When your cat acts out, they aren't thinking, this will teach Jessica to never go to work again. They are just biological alarm systems reacting to a breakdown in their environment. To a cat, your revenge is just a stress response, translating the attack. Let's translate these spiteful behaviors into cat logic. The shoe incident. You think it's a protest. The cat thinks it's interior design. Your scent is strong there, and they're mixing their scent with yours to feel secure because they're anxious. You're not being punished. You're being scented. You're welcome. The random swat. This is redirected aggression. Maybe they saw a bird outside and couldn't hunt it, and their brain has all this pent-up predator energy. You just happened to be the nearest moving object when they needed to punch a bird. The cold shoulder. If they're avoiding you, they aren't pouting. They've likely associated you with a negative stimulus, maybe a loud sneeze or a vet trip. They're just waiting for the threat to pass. They aren't holding a grudge. They're just playing it safe. Do me a favor, before we move on, take your paw and smack those like and subscribe buttons like they owe you money. Okay, let's move on. How to fix it. So how do we stop the revenge? Rule out the boring stuff. If they're peeing outside the box, they aren't mad. They might have a UTI or crystals. It's a health issue, not a behavioral choice. Audit the environment. Did you move the furniture? Get a new dog? Cats are biomechanical sensors. They hate change. Submit a request for approval to the Feline Department of Logistics next time, you savage. Stop the punishment. Cats do not understand timeouts. If you spray them with water, they just learn that you are the scary part of their environment, which causes more stress and more revenge. It's a vicious cycle. Conclusion. Your cat isn't a villain in a soap opera. They're just a tiny tiger trying to stay calm in your living room. Fix the stress, and you'll fix the spite. Do you have a revenge story? Drop it in the comments below. Let's see whose cat is the biggest mastermind. Dealing with the loss of a pet is one of the hardest things we face. They aren't just animals, they're family. But once the time comes to say goodbye, a very practical and often difficult question arises. What happens next? Today, we're looking at 5 ways people around the world choose to handle pet remains. From high-tech green solutions to ancient traditions, these methods help us find closure and honor the bond we shared. Let's dive in. 1. The modern standard. Cremation. For most pet owners today, cremation is the go-to option. But there are actually 2 ways this happens. Private cremation. This is for those who want their pet's ashes back. Your pet is cremated alone, and the remains are returned to you in an urn of your choice. It's a way to keep them close to home. Communal cremation. In this case, several pets are cremated together. You don't get the ashes back, but many providers scatter them in a beautiful dedicated memorial park. It's often a more affordable and still very respectful choice. 2. Tradition at home. The burial. Burial is perhaps the oldest way we honor our companions. Backyard burials. If you have the land and local laws allow it, burying a pet at home offers a private place to grieve. Many people plant a memorial tree or a rose bush over the spot so that new life grows from the memory of the old. Pet cemeteries. If you don't have the space, pet cemeteries offer a formal, permanent resting place. These are dedicated grounds where you can visit, leave flowers, and even have a small headstone, just like a traditional human cemetery. 3. The eco-friendly wave. Aquamation. This next one is gaining massive popularity for those looking for a greener exit. It's called aquamation, or alkaline hydrolysis. Instead of fire, it uses a combination of water flow, temperature, and alkalinity to accelerate natural decomposition. Why choose it? It uses about 90% less energy than flame cremation and has 0 direct emissions. The result? You still receive ashes back. Actually, you get about 20% more than flame cremation, and they tend to be whiter and finer in texture. It's a gentle, water-based alternative. 4. Preservation. Taxidermy and articulation. Now, this isn't for everyone, but for some, the comfort of a physical presence is vital. Taxidermy. This is the art of preserving the pet's external appearance. When done by a specialist, it allows the owner to keep their pet in a familiar resting pose in their home forever. Skeletal articulation. A more modern industrial or anatomical approach. The bones are professionally cleaned and set into a pose. It's a way to honor the physical form of the animal as a piece of lasting art. It's unique, permanent, and surprisingly beautiful. 5. Global traditions, from seas to skies. Finally, let's look at how geography and culture change the goodbye. Sea burials. Common in coastal regions, ashes are often released in biodegradable urns that dissolve in the waves, returning the pet to the ocean. Sky burials. In high-altitude places like Tibet, remains might be left in nature to be reclaimed by the ecosystem, a literal circle-of-life philosophy. Modern mummification. Believe it or not, there are organizations today that still practice the ancient Egyptian art of mummification, ensuring the remains last for centuries. Whether it's a quiet spot in the garden or a high-tech water process, the how matters less than the why. These rituals help us process the silence they leave behind. If you've recently lost a furry friend, I'd love to hear how you chose to honor them in the comments. Let's support each other in the community. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of our pets. Until next time.